So the way that you're selling today, likely if it's through dealers and distributors, you're probably sending all of your traffic to those dealers and distributors' websites or to their physical stores or things along those lines. So that user experience, that digital user experience, likely looks something like this, where the customer comes to your website, they find a dealer, and then we don't know, but we hope that they then go to the dealer to make that purchase. But we don't really have insight into that, right? We're really unsure if those marketing efforts that we're doing to market the brand are resulting in real sales because we can't make that connection. And in addition to this, it becomes a struggle because are you trying to market the dealers? Are you providing dealers with marketing materials so they can market your products? Or are you spending your efforts and your money and your time on brand marketing to get those consumers to learn about your products, find the dealer, and then hopefully find the right location? So it can be very, very challenging from a marketing perspective to really get at the ROI of your marketing efforts when you haven't really closed that loop and haven't really understood, how many sales are actually attributed to the ad campaign that you're running or the social campaign that you're running. With the world going online during COVID, it's been a very, very quick moving time for manufacturers to consider moving to e-commerce or direct to consumer sales. And the fear of that, of course, from a manufacturing perspective is, well, how are we going to include our dealers on that? Because we can't just cut off the network that we've had relationships with and built this trust with for a long time. So it can be really kind of a scary thing. And I kind of want to show a few different examples of the ways that you could potentially look at integrating your dealers into more of a D2C or direct-to-consumer e-commerce solution. So as we start with that consumer, again, they still come to your website. You've marketed them, you've been doing ad campaigns, you've brought that customer to your website, and you can still have them find a dealer, right? Because you still want to include those dealers within there. And then you can make sure to include links to that dealer's website. That dealer's website could potentially be fed with information about your products from an e-commerce perspective from your website or from your ecosystem, your digital ecosystem. You can make those integrations so that your dealer's website has that capability, that e-commerce capability, and you can track the whole funnel of how people got through that until they actually purchased that product online. So that's one way to potentially include your dealers. Now, there's a lot of integrations here. It's very hard when you have all of these dealers to potentially get their data to come back. So there could be some issues with this particular approach, but it would be one way to look at including your dealers in an e-commerce solution. Another option would be, again, that customer comes to your website through all your marketing efforts. They find a dealer on your website, and instead of sending them off and hoping that they, buy something online on the dealer's website, what if you kept them on your website? They've selected a dealer, kind of like when you're selecting a store for big box stores, right? A Home Depot, a Kohl's, whatever. You're selecting your location and you're shopping. In this case, you're selecting your dealer or your location for those products. You're staying on your manufacturing website. They're going to make that purchase, but then the fulfillment comes back to the dealer. So that e-commerce solution that you've created on your website is fed through inventory of your dealers, is fulfilled by your dealers, is connected with your dealers, and those customers can build those dealer relationships. But that purchase can be made online, and you can connect all of the advertising efforts, all of your marketing efforts, and really make that connection and understand the ROI of your brand marketing. This is a very powerful way to still include your dealers and provide an e-commerce solution for your brand as a manufacturer that could be extremely powerful. Now, there's lots of integrations that still go into this. I make it seem very simple with the little arrows, but it's very, very challenging to do these types of integrations, and there's a lot to consider there. But I think it's really important for manufacturers to be looking at these options and understanding how can I move to an potential e-commerce solution. This is not necessarily true for contract manufacturers, but if you're building product that people can buy, this might be something to be considering.